Hey guys, what's up? What's up? What's up? This is your girl, Dr. T, and you are tuned in to Late Nights with Dr. T. This is the Power Up Entrepreneur session, guys. Listen, I got me a powerhouse with me tonight, and y'all are gonna be y'all better get some note paper, some grab your friends, family, all that. Because what the pandemic and all that we are in right now, this is a great opportunity for you to start fresh, start new, be creative. There's so many different things that you may want to do, but just don't know how to do it, how to get started, or if you can do it. I'm here to tell you you can, and we're here to power you up tonight with my special guest of the night. Man, I'm telling y'all know my motto, I can't tell nobody else's story. They got to tell it themselves. So I'm going to bring her right on. She has led over 2,000 entrepreneurs to success. All right. So you guys listen up, invite your friends, make sure you are clicking share into groups and everything. This word has got to be heard tonight. So I'm going to bring my guests on right now. Miss Valerie Lewis, what's going on, gal?
Hey, it is so good to be on here with you. Thank you for having me here.
Hey man, I'm glad to have you on. The thing is, I've been watching for a little while, and you know, one of those things that you kind of get a halt when you're trying to talk to people. You got to get to know, see what they doing, see what they doing. You've been doing some great stuff, and I'm excited to have you on and excited to share you with my people and your people and the new people that's coming in to check you out. So, really quickly, just give the viewers and the listeners just a little bit about yourself and your background.
All right. Well, my name's Valerie Lewis, and I am a home business, entrepreneur. I'm also a home business coach, and I actually got started with that about 5 years ago. And I did it because, I wanted more out of life. I was doing okay before all of that, right? I am a licensed cosmetologist, senior cosmetologist for the state of Maryland, and I was doing okay. But when you come to realize your purpose, and you realize like how big you are, how powerful you are, things start to shift, and I just couldn't deny it anymore. So things started changing in my family dynamic. We had a really difficult breakup, and then there I was, single mom with these two kids, trying to figure out, okay, what I do now.
I get that.
So I bust my buns on my feet 16 hours a day as a hairstylist, and I said, you know what, no, there's another level. There's another level. I needed to prove to myself that I could make this happen, that I could start living a life that I actually enjoy, that actually feels like life, and that I could do more for my children with. And so that's when I started working from home. And I kept trying to figure this thing out. I was like, how am I supposed to make money on here? What is going on? And that first year was a struggle. And I almost quit. I almost said, no, let me just go on back to doing some hair.
so clear to get clarity. Did you jump right into the online career? You went cold turkey, switched?
I did. I packed up when I started seeing success stories and meeting these amazing people that made me think bigger and stretch what I knew as what was possible in life. I was like, okay,
I can do that.
I packed up everything. I had my own little salon suite, right, with an employee, shampoo assistant. Like I was doing good, but I was like, okay, so you can now take over this suite. You can do whatever you want. I'm out of here. Bye.
I got you.
I got some savings. I can live off that till I get this thing going.
Good. Yeah. I want to talk a little bit about that too, because right now we're in a pandemic, and we have a lot of people that don't have a choice but try to be creative because they're trying to create some income, right? But you have that hold back because you're so scared online companies am I going to make some money? Am I going to be successful in this? Is this for me? But now you got some that don't really have a choice. Either you get in it and get to going, or you're stuck. So let's talk a little bit about that person that's struggling a little bit. I lost my job, or the job is I'm not making as much money because my hours are cut. What do we say to those people now in this moment of transition?
Okay. I totally get how that feels to like suddenly try to, you feel like you're off balance. You feel like maybe the rug's been pulled out from under you and you're like, well, now what do I do?
Yeah.
Or maybe people are thinking you are absolutely bonkers because you now see this vision, right?
Yeah.
Maybe what was meant to kind of break you down has actually given you some clarity.
Yeah.
And now you're just trying to figure out what are the next steps to take, right?
Sure.
And I know for me, this wasn't, I didn't start my home business, my online business, through a tragedy like this, where there's a crisis where it's like, who would ever thought something like this would be happening, right?
Yeah.
But I do remember like that first year trying to grow this business. Like I said, I almost gave up because I had zero success. That first year, nothing. It was a good thing I had that savings because I was living off that, but it was dwindling. And so when I finally found a solution, right, it was not going to be free. I had to invest in myself to, figure out, to get to that next level. Finally I had it. But I felt like, dang, the timing is off because now I don't have the money now. What am I going to do? And this is gut check time. This is the time where you have to really tap into what I call your power source. What is that for you? Is that God? Is that the universe? Like, what is it inside of you that keeps you grounded? And it really kind of puts your faith to the test because I have been telling people, I'm going to step out on faith. I'm going to do this. But no, the real test came when there was no money. And I had to figure out, well, how am I going to make this happen?
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Let me tell Doc, let me tell you what I did.
Tell us, school us.
I had scraped up just enough money to be able to go to this event that was halfway across the country. Wow. Because I knew at this event were powerful people that would pour into me. Yeah. I knew that at this event, there was going to be some training. There were going to be some lessons that I knew I needed to learn. And the first thing that kicked in for me was fear.
Yeah.
That was the first thing. Cause it was like, girl, you got enough money for a ticket there.
Yeah.
How are you getting back? You got enough money for one night at the hotel. You gonna have to be there for 3. Like, what are you doing? Right? That was the first thing that kicked in. And I said, no, I believe that this is the right thing for me. If I don't go, right, there was something deeper stirring inside of me than just, the thoughts. Yeah. The superficial, the conscious thoughts. There was something deeper inside of my gut that was like, if you don't step out on faith, if you don't make this choice and get out here and go to this place, you're going to regret it. Yeah. And it's going to be lingering in your mind for the rest of your life. So you going to go or what? I was like, okay, well, I guess I'm going. And sure enough, I'm telling you, when you make a decision, right, and you commit to that decision, things around you start to shift. Yeah. A lot of people feel like they're helpless or there's no hope because of what's happening around them, that their circumstances are, are the cause. Right. It's causing, what's happening to them. Yeah. And in reality, it's you. It's you. Wow. What's happening on the outside is a direct result of what has started happening on the inside.
That's good. That's
right.
That's
so when I realized that, when I said, I'm ready to change my circumstances, well, I had to start in here. And that was that was the first big step that I had to take. That first step of faith was like, go for it. And sure enough, my circumstances shifted
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, oh wait, now I can stay 3 nights instead of 1. Oh wait, somebody, anonymously paid for my plane ticket back because they
Wow.
saw, right? They saw my story. They saw
Yeah.
why I was there, right? They saw the change
Mhm.
already starting to happen. So
Yeah.
I don't want anybody to feel like because something bad may have happened, that is going to now define who you are.
Yeah. Yeah.
You
If
know,
anything, it pushes you. If anything, it pushes you to do the things that you wouldn't have done before. You know, I look at this as a good time, a good era, a good when we have pandemics, when you have shutdowns, when you have all these things push you into the things that because you have no choice but to walk it out, even if you're in fear. You know, that's how I look at it. And this is your excuse. You got to stay home. So why not do something about it? You get what I'm saying?
Make the most out of it. Especially, am I going to step on some toes? I don't know, but I'm going to say it anyway.
Say it.
But like, those times where maybe when you really thought about, am I happy? Am I truly happy? Am I truly fulfilled in life? And you think about that and your answer is nope, because I'm tired of this job. Why am I more qualified than my boss? And they over here telling me what to do. These coworkers get on my nerves. I'm tired of going here. And now you don't have to go there.
Yeah.
Right. And so this could be that blessing in disguise that you've been waiting on. Right. It is up to you to turn this into what you want it to be. So it's only going to be a crisis for you if you allow that to be a crisis for you. This could also be the end of one chapter and the beginning of another.
Beginning of another one. Yes, I love that. I love that. This is step into your new. Step into your new.
Exactly.
All right. So empowerment starts from within, definitely.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. I was just going to add into that, with the whole pandemic and the social civil unrest and all the things that have been going on this past year. I got to tell you, I am so glad that I made certain choices for my business well before this.
Yeah.
Right. I had no idea that this stuff was going to happen.
Yeah.
Right. And so I got started working on a few projects that I was going to launch for 2020. And it's a good thing I did that because it put me in the right position at the right time. So that when this virus hit and all the other things was going on, most people were, panicking and losing money. I was growing and building money because I planted the seeds before. And that would be like, if I could give you any kind of tip, it would be to plan and prepare, because you just never know what's going to happen. A lot of us think that we have, job security when we really don't, because something like this happens and, now what?
Not even, and even along with that, with this pandemic we've lost a lot of loved ones. We lost loved ones that were in the position of financially securing the household. And when you lose that and you don't have the work experience and different things like that, it's kind of hard to jump into or not have that fear about jumping out and doing things differently. So I really want to encourage those who have this passion on the inside of you and just don't know what to do with it, to really take a second and really examine what it is that's going to make you happy, and then start taking steps and making goals towards achieving that. So how can somebody start when they don't know where to start?
Oh, okay. So the first thing is this: when you're in that position, one of the first things that's going to creep up for you is fear. And sometimes, you're told, oh, get out here and be fearless. I don't think I'm necessarily going to use that term. I would say be courageous, because the people with courage, they have the fear, they feel it, but they go and they do it anyway. They go and they take that next step. And so if you don't take any action, if you don't put yourself in some kind of motion forward, you're not going to be able to do anything. You're going to be stuck. You're going to be paralyzed in the fear. So
Yeah.
take some action, move towards something, look for a mentor, look for some level of personal growth and development, whether it's a book or a video or something that is going to inspire you. Right.
Yeah.
A lot of people look for motivation on the outside. I would not recommend that though. I think the motivation starts from within. You can be inspired from the outside, but I feel like that motivation comes from a fire burning in you where you just, it's like, oh, there are no other options. I'm doing this.
Yeah.
Right. But yeah, if you're going to take that first step, the question is first get clear on what it is that you want and why you want it.
Very important. You got to see it first. Definitely have to see it first. Vision. We can go spiritual with that or anything, vision. You have to have a clear vision in order to go forward and actually achieve something. If you can't see it, then how can you take steps and make goals towards completing that?
Exactly.
I mean, it just, and one of the major things I want to point out is because I hear it all the time. I want to do this and I want to do that, but that ain't never been done. Can't nobody do that. Can't nobody. You know what I mean?
Hello?
If it's in you, it's in you. Come on.
I don't want to hear that.
You're creating a new lane. I'm all about creating new lanes. Man, it don't matter if it's never been done before. You could be the source. You could be the foundation to that new lane. So you got to kick that fear in the butt and just go for it.
I love that you brought that up. This is one of my favorite things to talk about. I love it because could you imagine, right? Could you imagine if everybody had that mindset? We would not be where we are today.
True.
Right? Could you imagine if the Wright brothers said, well, ain't nobody been successful at making no planes get up there in the air, so why even bother? We wouldn't have it.
Exactly.
If my girl, Madam CJ Walker,
woo, that's my girl.
I'm just, we just fresh out the slavery thing. I'm the first one in my family that was born outside of slavery. We still got, the black codes, Jim Crow, nobody's trying to give me
anything.
Right. I can't get no bank loan for no, business.
Yeah.
I can't. Oh, well, no black woman's ever done it before. Might as well just, if she had done that, she would not be where she is in history today.
Yes.
Right? She was the first, not just black female self-made millionaire. Right? So it's like, what about you? Are you suppressing your power?
Yeah.
Because you could be that very first. You could be that pioneer. And so that's why if you feel that that drive, that urge to have something bigger, better in life, that universe, God, they're just waiting on you. He's just waiting on you.
Yep.
When you accept it and you say, I'm ready to receive it, let's roll. Watch what starts happening around you.
Yeah.
When you write that vision, right? Make it plain. What do you want? What do you want? Not what do you think you can do based on your senses.
Yeah.
What do you truly want deep down? Because when I started thinking about that, when I really sat back and said, if I could have anything that I want in life, what exactly do I want? And you guys, I am living that right now, right? The more that I get clear on what my life, how I want it to look, how I want to shape it, the more of that I attract into my life. Wonderful, amazing people, right? In order for my business to continue to grow, some amazing clients that I can coach, some amazing customers that I can bring into my business. And also getting to know myself, getting to know who I am, because the better I am at communicating that, right? And communicating with myself, right? Whether I'm meditating or, well, here's this one quirk about my personality and how can I put that into, getting better in my life, right? When I start looking at those things, it makes it easier for me to have stronger relationships with everyone around me.
Yeah.
And so now at that point, not only are my surroundings getting better, but everybody that I come into contact with as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are y'all still able to hear me? I know I'm frozen a little bit on this screen.
Uh-oh.
Hold up.
I think I'm seeing you. Yeah. It's looking, yeah, it looks good. We good on there? Uh-oh. Well, now I don't see. So we'll work that out. But I'm just trying to see if I can see some comments and stuff. Cool. We got the viewers on, but I don't see where I can see the comments. But yeah, I mean, these are the kinds of things that you really want to start focusing on, you know, because you really do have it. If you're tired of seeing certain circumstances around you, one thing that I've learned is that when you make the decision to grow, right? When you're going to spiritually grow, or when you're going to emotionally grow, whenever you make the decision to grow, when you start doing that and you start outgrowing your circumstances and outgrowing your surroundings and outgrowing certain relationships, that is a good thing. Sometimes it feels a little painful because, you know, it's like, it's tight. You run out of space because you're outgrowing your space, right? But it is such a wonderful thing once you come out on the other side. So I absolutely love being able to focus on just continuing to grow as a person, because the more I grow as a person, I grow in all different areas of my life. I'll grow as a mom. I'll grow as a business owner. I'll grow as a friend. And so then I start developing more quality relationships that way. And that is like, whether you're trying to start or grow a business, or if you've got some, you know, idea that you want to cultivate, or, you know, you want to just get better, period. Maybe you love your job and things are going good, but you'd like for them to be better. These are the ways that you start to make them better. It starts with you. Definitely starts with you. All right.
Can y'all hear me?
Hey, there you go.
Okay,
I can hear you.
You can't see me right now. I'm
Yeah.
sorry, my camera went out for some reason, but
Uh-oh.
I definitely love it. I love it. You are a beast, girl.
Thank you.
But I definitely want to just continue to talk about you know, empowering them to move forward. Now we talked about stepping out there on faith, so to speak, and you know, just going out there and doing it. But then we have the other set of people that have been doing online. Maybe they've been doing on multi-level marketing. Maybe they've been doing, you know, trying to start their own business, hasn't found success in that. And ready to give up and now feel like they're out of options. I talk a lot about content creation and the purchaser or your consumer buying more into you than they do into your product. So once you get a hold of that, knowing that your consumer is looking at you, they're feeding into you, then that makes a big difference in how you approach your marketing strategy or whatnot. So talk to us a little bit about that. I know it's true already, but just give your take on that as well.
All right. So yeah, I absolutely. I'm echoing a little bit. Is that me?
I'll let you have the floor for a minute here.
Oh, okay. All right. Cool. Oh yeah. Okay, it's gone now. So this is actually the fun and exciting part of growing a business, right? So I actually do coach quite a few thousand entrepreneurs when it comes to multi-level marketing or network marketing and stuff like that. And I gotta say that it definitely starts with you. It is not so much the products and the ingredients in the products or the services and how great this service is. When you are trying to promote on social media, of all things, right? Social media is huge. There's a huge audience. It's free. Like, yeah, come on, right? When you're doing that, we have to always remember this is still a social platform. So you want to get social, right? So one thing that I share with people is that I look at places like Facebook, for example. Let's just use that. I look at places like Facebook, and Facebook is a community, right? They call it the Facebook community. So here I am getting started, right? Or starting over, right? Because you definitely don't want to give up. I'm gonna tell you right now, if you're in that field, if you're in that industry, it has produced more millionaires than anything else. So where you going, right? Right?
Yeah.
But if you're out here and you're in this new community called Facebook, I want you to almost look at it as, okay, my profile, when I move in to this community, my profile is an apartment. Okay. It's not quite a house because I can't, change the roof or redo the foundation if I like I could if I had my own place, right? So this is an apartment. I can put up a few pictures on my wall, right? I can do stuff like that.
Yeah.
So you're there. And now you want to start making some friends within this community.
Mm-hmm.
Now, how do I start doing that? Well, I am not going to go out here and say, well, hey, everybody, just come on over here to my house. Come hang out with me.
Yeah.
I know y'all don't know me from Adam, but so what?
Yeah.
It doesn't work like that. So what you'll want to start doing is sharing more pieces of you. Share more pieces of you. Get interactive, right? And these days, Facebook has they have the fan page if you are starting business, but I love the groups. And if you're using your profile to get started, which I recommend, if you're using your profile to get started, just remember that you don't want to turn this into a pitch fest 2020. Okay, this is not posting about your opportunity or your products or services every 2 seconds, right? Because if you think about it from a consumer standpoint, because we're all consumers,
yes.
Think about it like that. Think about where you pour in your money. Your hard-earned money does not go to someone just because they asked you for it.
Yeah.
And goes to somebody that you trust.
Yep.
Right? You've got favorite brands. You've got, a favorite clerk you might like to go to at the grocery store, or a favorite salesman when you go and buy your car, right? There you are. You're back on now. But like
a little bit there.
But yeah, like when you're doing that, it's because you have a certain level of trust. So how do people typically build up trust between each other? They build a relationship.
Exactly. Rapport.
Yeah, you're building that rapport. So somebody has to see beyond the business. They need to see you. Yep. They need to see you. What is it about you that they can relate to, connect to, and trust?
Yeah. That's why it's so important to be, when we talk about that word real, authentic brands are based on authentic personal brands. And there's an attachment to that. A lot of people will go on like their personal social media. I know we're going to get into a whole nother subject here that they're going on their personal social media and be, look, y'all know I'm trying to be good, but go on your social media. You can't be ratchet and then go on your business page and have a whole different personality. Trust me, they're going to go on both pages. Like, be you, but also respect the brand and the message that you're putting out there.
Yeah, for sure. And that is honestly the number one thing is being authentic, right? Being your real, true, authentic self. Be genuine in your content. Be genuine in your conversations. Because if you're not, people can smell that from a mile away.
Oh yeah. Yep.
You know, they
Yep.
know it. They know the BS. They know the fake and phony. I do not believe in fake it till you make it. I believe
Oh
in
man.
faith it till you make
You
it.
make it.
Trust
Exactly.
and believe that you decided to go on this journey for a good reason,
Yeah.
right? You want more out of life. You deserve to have it. And it's not like you just waiting for it to fall in your lap. You're willing to put in the work, right?
Yeah.
You have the work ethic. And so when you start taking those steps towards building your business, right?
Mm-hmm.
We talked about, you know, making sure you got the clear vision, but I also recommend that we all need to take inspired action,
Okay.
not just action, because some of us are real busy. We ain't
Mm-hmm.
getting nowhere though.
Yeah. Yeah. But you're not
Right?
producing nothing. You know.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
if we want to stay productive, we're gonna have to take the inspired action. So where are you getting your inspiration from? Are you listening to all the naysayers tell you don't do that, you're gonna fail? Why would you listen to them? They're not inspiring. What they doing? You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I cut them off. Snip, snip.
Yeah.
They gotta go. Right? I'm gonna look
Yeah.
to people that inspire me. I'm gonna look at
Mhm.
people that are where I'd like to be.
Yeah.
Right? I'm gonna get myself a coach. I'm gonna hire a coach. I'm gonna find some mentors. I'm gonna read some really good books from some people that I admire and respect. That is where I'm gonna go. And then based on, you know, what I want and the steps that they're telling me to take, because success leaves clues,
Yes.
right? Those are the action steps I'm going to take. It's going to be inspired by the things that I know actually will give me the result that I want. And this way you're not moving blind.
Yeah. A couple of key points in there, especially when you're talking about cleaning up you and valuing you and stuff. If you don't value you, other people won't value your product and your service and what you're presenting to them. I want to move over into the attention market, attention getting, because I believe heavily in attention. Where your consumers are at, they're where the attention is. So you got to be present in those areas. Let's talk about TikTok. Y'all gotta excuse my camera, but let's talk about TikTok. All right. We got we got a lot of people. This is just like any other social media platform that has come out and that people had their negative stuff to say about it. But the truth is TikTok is where the attention is at. If you are not figuring out a strategy for TikTok right now for your business and for your personal brand, you're behind the curve. You're behind the 8 ball. And when we talk about attention, we have to know where our consumers are at. That doesn't mean they're not on other platforms. That just means that there's attention somewhere where you can pay less money on ads and advertisements and go on there and gain a greater audience for less. You jump in when it's cheap like that. You know what I'm saying? So give your take on that. Talk a little bit about TikTok. I know you're already on there.
Yeah, I'm over there being crazy. My crazy. So, but I love being able to use social media platforms like TikTok. And listen, at first I was like, what is everybody doing over here? I don't know how they making these funny videos. Well, I had to go learn.
Yeah.
Right? I went to somebody that I saw them making some really great videos. I was like, how do you do that? They showed me, done. 5 minutes, bam. I knew how to start using TikTok. And you want to start building up an audience.
Yeah.
Right. So again, when you show parts of you, when you show the things about you that's going to, where people will see that it's relatable. And I love TikTok so much because of the comedy. Right. Yeah. So it's so easy to build some relationships and start friendships when you can make a person laugh.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So some of the videos that I do is stuff that I'd probably say anyway.
But you know what? When we talk about content, building content, I encourage everyone, you should be doing at least 50 pieces of content across all your platforms. And that's minimum every single day. And you get attention by being present. And
Yep.
when we're talking about TikTok, we get that question of what am I going to do on TikTok? Because you got 15-year-olds on there and younger. My son is a little phenomenon on TikTok. I don't know nothing about TikTok. So you have to find your own lane on TikTok. If you don't dance, figure something else out. So I know for me, just to use me as an example, I'm on the radio. I'm consistently pushing Christian hip hop music. So you'll see a lot of like a TikTok. Well, I got to get mine revamped. I'm behind the curveball too, y'all. It's sorry, but I got to get it revamped. But that's what I started doing. I started gearing towards the that generation that's on there, that's going to be present on there, because they're my next consumers.
Exactly.
When I lose some customers and they move on and stuff like that, I have a younger generation that's coming on that I'm going to be working with, and I got to be able to reach them. So how do I reach them? Hip hop music. Hip hop music is the way that I get in there, and that's a part of my brand. So I'm just saying, you got to find your lane. You don't have to duplicate what's already out there, but find fun and interesting ways to be you and be relevant.
Exactly. Yeah, I totally agree with that. Just make sure, get out there. And when you're using these platforms and you're being yourself, I mean, you can't go wrong, because even if you, you start attracting some viewers and even some leads through that, and they might not pan out as a prospect. They might not turn out to be, a customer of yours, and that's okay, because you can go to sleep at night knowing that you were still being authentic and you're still you, right? And even though one might have said no, you're probably going to get 10 more to say yes. It doesn't weigh as heavily on you to have somebody say no if you just stick to being yourself.
Yes. Authentically you, that is my motto. If you're authentically you, you're not worried about who's not with you, who's not connected, because you're just being you. The biggest thing about content on any social media page is that you have to be informed. You have to be informing your audience. You have to be entertaining your audience, and your stuff has to be relevant, and it has to be consistent. Period. That's how you maintain and also grow. Right? So you stick to doing those things and be intentional in doing those things. That don't mean you always have to know exactly what you're going to post. Sometimes you can schedule stuff. Sometimes you can just randomly put stuff up. And when you think about it, I think those are the funniest moments, most entertaining moments, when you think of something and just put up something really funny. But it lets the consumer know, hey, I'm here and I'm engaged. I don't want to just see, sales tactics and here, buy this or do this or listen to this. Chances are, I told my on another segment I was on, they said, they're pushing music into my inbox because they know I can put it on the radio. But half the time I won't listen to it. The reason why is because I don't even know you as an artist. I don't see you present on social media. You may have one video that's not quality, which doesn't make me want to look at anything else. So all of that matters. I mean, you're a package. So I don't look at the product if I can't find out who the person is. And that is very important. And I'm not connecting with you, then I don't feel right sharing something I know nothing about.
Exactly.
So it's very important to be relevant online.
Yeah.
What other platforms do you think, especially those who are just coming out, just starting on their online businesses, may be kind of confused on where to start? Now we just went over, what kind of information you want to have, and every platform is different. You're not responding to the same audience on Facebook as you are on Instagram. You may have some of the same people following you, but you're not responding to the same audience. Val, tell me what you think about this. If I'm doing a video on Facebook and I'm like, hey, Facebook, this is what we're doing today. I'm talking to just my Facebook crew. Do you think it's necessary to also go over there and talk to Instagram with a whole nother video, or is there a way to create content from one video and maximize that on different platforms? Or
Oh
should I just be gearing, separating each one?
yeah, you can actually leverage all this, and this will save you a lot of time and a lot of energy. And there's actually several ways that this can be done. So like, let's say first thing, you want to pick your main platform. Pick one main one, and then you can repurpose the content on the other places, and you can even drive all the traffic to your main place if you like, right?
Yeah.
So you could do it like that. So if you're going out, you're doing videos, you're saying, hey Facebook, from that content, what you can do is create a teaser out of the content and put that teaser on the other platforms. And you let them know, listen, if you like that little tip or that little bit of it, you want to get the whole thing over here, right? And then and then you're driving the traffic and you're doing it for free.
Yeah. People like free. People love
I do.
free.
Look, I've been doing this. Okay, so a total of 5, but I don't really count the first year because I failed miserably at that. I ain't make no.
No, you were in school. You were learning.
I was
you gotta count it.
Okay, well, fine. But as I started to grow, oh my gosh, within that first year of actually, stepping out on faith, trusting that this was the right path for me.
Yeah.
Within that first year of doing it that way, I was able to realize, wait a minute, this is simpler than I was making it out to be. I thought this was going to be overwhelming and confusing and frustrating, and I had to struggle a little bit before I got some results. And that wasn't the case at all. And when I saw, once again, success leaves clues, there are certain things that every successful person does. There's certain things, certain things that they do. There's certain habits that they form.
Yeah.
But if you go just a little bit deeper than that, right? Because a lot of people say, well, what are you doing? I want to do what you do.
Yeah.
Go a little deeper. What do they believe?
Yes.
You're going to have to start adopting that. Yeah, you're going to have to start adopting some of those beliefs, because if you don't, you're not going to form a new habit. You're going to try it once or twice and be like, oh, okay, I can't do all that. And then you'll stop.
Yeah.
I need to know why. Why are they doing the things that they do?
Yeah.
Why do they believe that that's necessary? And then once I have that click, then it helps me to be able to create the same habits and have the same type of success, right?
Very
so true. That's why we talk about get out here and put out the content and be genuine when you do. And like I said, you could repurpose all of that. You could do the teasers, or if you wanted to do separate videos, you can still talk about the same topic on a separate video. You could get third-party tools that allow you to go on every platform at once. So there's so many different options.
Definitely. I know with Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat, you have a limited time. I think it's a minute or under. And if you go over on Instagram, you can actually create a longer video up to 15 minutes. And what I find is, like, if you pull something from, maybe you do a hour long chat, right? And you want to break that up because you want to keep giving out content every day, right? So you want to break that up, maybe split it up 3-minute segments, and each segment may have a totally different topic.
Yep.
That's like reading the scripture and having 5 different topics to go with that scripture. All right.
There you go.
this is how you have to look at that. And that's why I say it is possible to create the content that's necessary to keep the attention on you. All right. This is where you have to be really selfish, because if you don't put yourself out there, nobody's going to notice you. All right. It is important to put yourself out there. Go ahead.
Yeah. And you also have to remember why you're doing it.
Yeah.
Right? Because this is something bigger than you. I mean, through doing this, yes, you're going to get where you want to be. But why are we doing it? Why have we started a business? Why have we become entrepreneurs?
Yeah.
And entrepreneurs are the problem solvers of the world, right? We
Yes.
see a problem that a certain group of people has, right? A certain audience of people.
Yeah.
And we look for a solution. And once we have it, now we go out there and we share it with them.
Yes. Yep.
If we're not doing that, what kind of entrepreneur are we really? Because if we're so focused on, well, I can't get out there today. And I can tell you, one of the fears that I had when it came to creating content, especially video content, was this. Okay, so I'm gonna share a little bit more. I'm gonna share a little bit more with y'all. Now, before I did cosmetology, I was a dance instructor, and then before that, I had gotten my first taste of the beauty business with modeling. So I would model on and off, and I had done that for about 20 years. So from 15 to 35, right? And I didn't have a problem getting in front of the camera. That wasn't the problem. My problem was something with the mindset that if I got in front of a camera on video though, and I start sharing some content, and I start talking, there might be some people that don't want to hear what I have to say, or they're going to think I'm stupid, or they're not going to agree, and they're going to get into an argument with me, and then it's going to be all kinds of problems. I can't get on Facebook no more. Like, all of these thoughts came into my head, and I had to remember, this isn't really just about me. Right? If I have a message to share, I don't care if it helps just one person, it would be worth it.
And that's why it's so important. That right there defines why your why is very important, foundational piece to why you're doing what you're doing. Well, why?
Absolutely.
That's fun, huh? But it's very, very important, man.
Because I know to have gone through certain struggles of mine in life, and even mistakes that I've made, to be able to help somebody else be able to avoid that or overcome it faster. Oh, then there's no question as to whether or not I'm gonna go out here today and build my business.
Exactly. I'm one of those type that I would rather fall on my face and show somebody how to do it where they're not falling on there. So I definitely understand that. I'm consistently, pouring because I'm consistently getting poured into. And I believe that we have to continue to do that to others, because there's so much out there. There's so much value out there that's locked inside of the ones that we're talking to every day, the ones that are on this live, the ones that will hear it later. And that value needs to come out. And I want to dismiss that perfection, that people believe you have to get on camera to do something. People aren't looking for perfection. They're looking for you. They want to know what you have to say and what you have on the inside of you. If like my camera's going off today, did that stop me today? No, honey. Honey. I'm on the regular camera right now. My little HD ain't working. Look, did that stop me, honey?
Right.
No.
And then just before this, the power goes out over here. I'm like, oh my gosh. So
listen, it's value in those.
I'm even going to piggyback off that statement you just made, because you're totally correct. It's not about the perfection. People are not looking at that. People don't want to follow or join forces with a perfect person. What they want is progression. They want to see you on the move. Are you headed towards something real, something good, something impactful, something that is going to influence others, something that actually, create some change for the better? That's what they want to see. Where are you headed? You don't have to already be at the destination. You really don't. If they see that you're on a journey, that you are in motion, that you're headed somewhere, right? And they're looking at, okay, you headed that way. Oh, that's where I'm trying to go. That is what they're looking for. Oh, you on a mission to do this, to help this person, me too. I would love to do something like that. And they join you. So that is really more of what we need to focus on. As long as you're taking the step, because I'm telling you, most people are so full of fear that they are paralyzed. They won't even take the first step.
Yeah. Very, very true. Very, very true.
Yeah.
And I do believe that the more that you pour into yourself, that means this is intentional stuff. When you get up, you're meditating, you're pouring in
Mhm.
positive information or podcast or reading, whatever it is that you need to do to continue to keep yourself driven and the passion burning, you
Yeah.
need to do, because that keeps you going, and that creates a creative space. I know for me,
Mm.
to where I begin to do things that other people have consistently told me that can't be done.
Yeah,
Can't be
right.
done.
Yes.
So we
Oh, I
need
actually
to.
love that. I love it. Like, I don't think you can do that, Val. I'll be like, oh,
Oh, really?
I'll be right back. I
I,
love
I
it.
I always say that's my fuel. That
Yep.
is my fuel.
Yeah.
Tell me that I can't do something. That's my fuel. I'm not cocky.
Right.
I'm competitive too, in that sense, that
Yeah.
nothing is gonna stop me from getting done what I set out to do.
That's right.
Period. You
Yeah.
know, and I struggled a lot because I was trying to figure out the perfect thing to do. And I didn't realize that there was so many different areas that I was going to be able to touch, but I didn't know about entrepreneurship at the time. I didn't know
Yeah.
I had that in me already. You know, I didn't know what that was.
Yeah.
Nobody around me was an entrepreneur. So everybody was like, no, girl, you just got too much going on. You got all them
Right.
different degrees in different areas. I say now, I say God knew exactly what I needed, because I got all these degrees in different, that means I don't have no limits.
That's right. I
None.
love that.
I have
You know,
none.
I can say for me, I got bit by that entrepreneurial bug all the way back when I was 12 years old.
Wow.
I
Yeah.
started my first business at 12.
Hmm.
Nobody around me, I'm trying to think. Yeah, nobody around me was an entrepreneur. They weren't in business for themselves or anything. But I was actually inspired by reading.
Yeah.
There was this book series, The Babysitter's Club.
Oh, yeah.
Girl, I
Yeah.
read that book. I said I could do that. Oh, that sounds fun, right? I had three friends of mine in the neighborhood, right? Just
Mhm.
like them. I said I could do this. So we got together and I was just so I'm so bossy.
Oh, gosh.
Like,
I
all
can
right,
see that too. I can see that.
everybody, we're gonna go to CPR class. We're gonna have these weekly quizzes to make sure that we are up to par when it comes to looking after other people's kids. Like I was just so serious about it. And I was
Yeah.
12, right? And so I did that until till high school kicked in, and I was like, oh, see, I'm grown now. I got time for no babysitting, right?
I done
But
got time for
it
that.
never left me. It never
Yeah.
left me. By the time I graduated high school, and I know my family thought I was crazy. When I graduated high school, I had graduated from we had something called the university program, and I was in that as part of the talented and gifted, all that. Took the AP courses. I had 2 years of college credits under my belt by the time I graduated. And I said, I ain't trying to go to college. I don't really want to go. Y'all ain't gonna make me, are you? Right? Like I didn't want to do it because I felt it coming back. And I was
Yeah.
like, I would really love to do something where I'm in control. I can decide when I get up and what I do. And I would like to do hair. I would
Yeah.
love to be a cosmetologist. It looks like fun. It helps people, and I'd make some good money. So I
Yeah.
want to do that. And they were like, hold up, you want to throw away those credits, scholarship, you throwing all that away to go and comb some hair. I said,
Ooh,
yeah.
that's good. That's good.
I said, yes, I am. Because I would rather be happy. And I said, as long as I'm happy, I will find a way to be successful. This is gonna
Yes. Yes. That's very good. Very good. Because you're not fighting, like, I look at it like this, especially when you have like the 9 to 5 mindset. I'm writing a book. Y'all watch out for that one.
come.
It's
Ooh,
the 9 to 5 mindset. That is breaking those boundaries of just cultural, behavioral that you grew up seeing. How do we break that and move into a level of success that we've been wanting, that we've been desiring? And that 9 to 5 mindset is what keeps us stranded and what keeps us back from actually going forth and doing what we got to do, because we're scared to take that next step. And the jobs, we get so comfortable in the job paying us.
Hmm.
So when you get into entrepreneurship, you don't have that check coming in like that, and it may be a good month here, a bad month there. Oh, girl, hold on, because I think we got to get this in. We got to get this in because I was going to say something earlier. I have this. I say it all the time. There's a difference between a business owner and an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
Okay, I tell people all the time that the how to define that. The entrepreneur, they're looking for ways to make money. They're looking for ways to set a business up. They're not necessarily looking to work in that business
Right.
consistently. They're gonna set somebody else up to work that. The business is gonna be going on. They moving on to their next project. They're creatives,
Yep.
and they're always looking for different streams of revenue. So but when you talk about the business owner, and there's nothing wrong with that, and when you talk about the business owner, though, they're focused specifically on that business, that product, and those are two different things. Val, give your take on that right there.
Yeah, I mean, I totally agree with that. I think that, a lot of times we use it interchangeably. I know I still do that, but there is a significant difference between the two.
Yeah.
And when you are that business owner, there are so many more responsibilities that you have on your plate. And you might want to be able to do more than one thing, but you have to stay there. It's like the business does not do as well without your presence.
Yeah.
Right. But when you're an entrepreneur, it's really more that business is one tool for you.
Yeah.
Right. So you can keep it moving. Just like you said, if you create a good system and have that in place of how this is going to operate with you not there, then it opens up your time and energy to do some other things. And that brings in so many more streams of income.
Yeah.
Or
and
even yeah, I was just going to say, even if you just have the one thing, you're still finding ways to create multiple streams in
out of that. Definitely. And the valuable thing part of that, and we're going to go ahead and wrap up, is leadership. You have to be a great leader in order to really be successful at entrepreneurship. You can't do it all by yourself. You're going to have to work with teams. You're going to have to build people up. You're going to have to empower that next person. And you can't be scared of someone knowing more than you.
Yeah.
That's a value. That's an asset to your company. That's an asset to whatever it is that you're doing. You have to look for valuable pieces or elements that can take your business to the next level, because it is about creating different streams. I hear a lot of people saying, I want to create multiple streams of income. Well, you got to learn how to make one work for you so that you can move on to do the other one. Okay.
Hello.
That's important.
Yeah. Yeah. I love that because one thing that I say to people is, if you're trying to jump into all these ventures because your goal is to have these multiple streams of income, but none of them are bringing in income, then you don't have income streams. You have income ditches.
Yeah.
You keep on digging.
And you don't have a business yet.
Hello. You're going to be buried. Hello. So
yeah.
what you want to do is, focus, work on this one thing until you start creating results, and it will bring you the freedom to now be able to work on the next thing. Right. And you're going to have a little patience. You're going to have to trust this process, and you will eventually start building those multiple streams. But to try to do it all at once, especially if you don't have like any experience or any skill set yet, you're gonna burn yourself out.
Yeah. So take your time, get value, by looking at what else is out there too. Find out what's inside of you that you would like to do. Start finding or start solidifying your why for doing what it is that you're going to do. And then start taking some action steps, or making goals and then taking action steps. Last thing, mentors. Mentors are very, very valuable. You have mentors that are readily available for you, to you. You don't have to go through this process alone.
Yeah.
Okay. Now I was one of those people that I watch a video like 50 times before I say yes to a mentor. I got I gotta really be like, okay, yes, I want you. You really, you know, or I couldn't afford something, so I watch 50 videos first, and then when I'm able to afford it, I go in there. Mentorship is very important, even if it's a group that
Mhm.
you get into. You want to connect with some great leaders, some great mentors that are pushing in their industry. Val, let us know why that is so important.
Oh, I'm telling you, a mentor is the reason. Well, it's not the reason why I didn't give up, but once I said, you know what, I'm throwing that out my head. I'm not giving up. Bam, my mentor came because I said instead of me giving up, putting my energy into feeling bad about myself, I'm gonna put my energy into a solution. And I
Yeah.
started looking, and what I needed at that time was exactly what I found. And I needed tough love. I was tired
Yeah.
of all these bakers out here sugarcoating everything.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
I needed like tough love, hard facts, and that's exactly what I was able to find in my mentor Lisa. And when she was like, "Look, you want to build a skill set, or you gonna be broke as hell." I'm like, no, right? And I
Yeah.
said, I'm stalk her now. Where she at?
Yeah.
I'm going on Facebook. Where else is she? Right? And I sent her a message. I sent her a message, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, I'm so inspired by you! Like that was great. That was so good, right?" But it was funny because I felt like when I first found that kind of a message where it was like, "Oh, this is just raw," right? I
Yeah.
almost felt like she slapped me.
Yeah. But we need it. We
Right.
need it.
I was
Yeah.
like, thank you. And so I sent her this message and I was like, yeah, I'm seeing you doing some things again, progression,
Mm-hmm.
right? And I was like, I see you doing and this is exactly the kind of thing that I want to do in my life. And you
Yeah.
know what her reply was back to me?
What's that?
Great, go do it.
Yeah.
I said, I'm sorry. What? You want it? You go get it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And there was absolutely no reason. It's like it slowly but surely through that one statement, I saw so many elements of power, so many nuggets out of that because she was no different from me. You
Mm-hmm.
know what I mean? If
Yeah.
she could do it, I could do it. And
Yeah.
even if I couldn't find anybody, I could find me. I'd do it
Yeah.
anyway,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And it's that we need to remember, right? Okay, I'm gonna say this real quick. It makes me sad sometimes when I see that there are so many amazing human beings here on this planet right now.
Mm-hmm.
And they look at themselves and they say, well, see, I'm not really trying to like stand out or nothing. I'm just trying to blend in with everybody else. I'm just trying to be normal. I
Yeah.
don't really want to, I ain't trying to rock the boat. I'm good with just enough stuff. I
Yeah.
ain't trying to, I feel bad because there's a reason why you stand out.
Yeah.
There is a reason why. See, there's only one you.
Yes.
That's a good thing.
Yeah.
And instead, what we tend to do is pick apart all these faults that we keep finding about ourselves. I'm not enough this, I'm not enough that, I'm not good enough for that. And that simply is not true because if you look at anything else in the world that there's only one of, we look at that and we say, oh my God, it's so valuable. It's
Yeah.
so priceless. It's
Yeah.
such a commodity. It's rare and precious. So are you.
Yep. Yep.
So why are we trying to diminish that? So when you leave from this interview tonight, when you leave from this gathering with us tonight, I want you to go look in the mirror and I want you to remind yourself of that. There is only one you. That makes you the perfect you.
Yes.
Nobody do it like you.
Nobody do it like you.
Hello. You're the only you. And that makes
Yeah.
you so rare, so precious, so valuable.
Cool.
And that means that with that power, you have the power and the authority to decide and to define what success is. You can look in that mirror and say, this is what success looks like. This is what a rich person looks like. This is what, a powerful, successful entrepreneur looks like.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? This is what beauty looks like. This is what strength looks like. Go and start telling yourself that in the mirror every day until you finally believe it.
Yes.
Because until you do, all of this stuff is going to wash over you.
Yep.
So just remind yourself of all the value and all the power that you have. Tap into that and start creating a new reality for yourself so that you can get where you want to be. Because I'm gonna tell you right now, that's what I'm doing. I know that's what you're doing, Doc. Right. Mm-hmm. And we continue to stay on this mission because we know that there's so many more folks, right? Especially right now during this time. This is not rock bottom for you. This is not the end for you. This is a whole new, fresh beginning for you.
Yes.
So take advantage of that right now.
Yes. What you talk to yourself about, that's what's going to manifest in your life. This is why it's so important that, you're speaking those positive things into your life, into your business. Listen, what you want to come to pass, you can't speak against it and then expect value to come out of that. You're going to produce what you're planning, what you're watering, what you're eating, you're consuming. You're going to produce that thing. That's why it's important to continually get stuff into you, like reading powerful books about, entrepreneurs that have had great success, listening to podcasts of like-minded people, maybe people that are on the journey as well, that are encouraging you. Things like that. You're giving yourself, you're feeding yourself basically.
Yes.
Then you go in and you're telling yourself, like Val said, you look in the mirror, you telling yourself, this is what success looks like. I can, you're not comparing to someone else. You're saying, this is me. And the only thing that I got to compete with is my yesterday.
Exactly.
Who I was yesterday and the level of success I had yesterday. I need to compete with that because my tomorrow needs to be greater than that. That's the only competition that you should have. And I'm telling you, the faster you run and start just thinking about you and what you can do and the value that you can give to the world, you start thinking about that value that you're putting out, you'll stop thinking about what everybody else is doing. And I can guarantee you that a year down the line or a couple months down the line, you're going to look to your left and look to your right and ain't nobody going to be there. Why? Because you're in your own lane.
Yes.
And you're doing that thing. So it's very important, man. Get around people that are going to inspire you, people that's going to push you, people that's going to tell you the truth.
Yes.
Don't get around people that's going to consistently, oh, girl, you're doing good, girl. But they living off you.
Hello.
I'm saying. Don't fill your time with people that's not only pushing you, but pushing themselves.
Yeah.
That are doing something as well, because you can have a lot of people pushing you and clapping for you, but they're not doing anything for them. So how is that helping you? Because you're going to end up pouring so much and not getting anything back in, and you're going to be empty. And that's when that depression sets in. The feelings of I can't do this or it's impossible for me. All of that sets in because you're not feeding yourself. The point is value yourself enough to pour into yourself.
Yep.
Get yourself in position to win and be successful. All right, Val, any last words that you have for the listeners and viewers today?
Well, the only other thing that I would add to that is just like you said, you're feeding yourself. If you look at your mindset, right? Because your mindset is going to fuel everything else that goes on inside of your body, outside of your body, and your circumstances. So if you look at that mind as a garden, what are you planting in there?
Yeah.
What are you planting? And the way that you start planting seeds in that garden, that is your mindset, is everything that you're taking in. What kind of stuff are you taking in? Is it, are you watching a bunch of negative stuff all day, every day? Are you watching the news? Child, I don't need to watch that. Okay? My TV is off. I don't need to turn on the TV to find out the weather. I'm gonna just look outside.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, or are you focused on, like, are you pouring into yourself? Are you meditating? Are you reading those books that actually, serve you and help elevate you to the next level? Are you surrounding yourself with friends who are doing exactly what Dr. Tranell said? Are you getting the encouragement and the empowerment and being uplifted each and every day? Because when they pour into you, and you're full and overflowing, and now you can pour out into so many other people.
Yeah.
You're already valuable right now.
Yep.
Right. And as you continue to add value and become an even bigger and better version of yourself, you can now start pouring into other people.
Yes.
And if we continue to do that, we can't help but make this world better. And you'll be surprised at how much of an impact you can have on so many people when you just focus on that,
Yes.
So, yeah.
That's awesome. Awesome info. You guys make sure you connect with Miss Valerie Lewis. She's doing some great and amazing things. And who knows what relationship may spark out of that. So make sure you go on out and do that. She got some new content on the Val's YouTube channel. The link is right there. And also she's on Instagram. My screen's going fast. Victory with Valerie, and Facebook. I am Valerie Lewis. Y'all make sure y'all go out and support her. She's doing some great things, but you're gonna get even more out of that by just connecting. Okay. Thank you, beautiful, for coming on and sharing some nuggets with us. They were golden, and I pray that everyone listening and everyone that sees this podcast a little bit later are truly, truly inspired and empowered by it to go out and really achieve some greatness. I want to see you win. I want to see the viewers win. This is what we're here for. Somebody asked the question, how can they work with me? Listen, you guys connect with me on all social media. And just hit me up. Let me know what you need, what I can do for you. And Miss Val, I'm sure the same thing. Connect with her and let her know what she can do for you. Even if it's just to let her know that she's empowered you or something she said. Because we like to hear stuff like that. We like to know that what's coming out is actually providing value for you. Okay. All right. Love you guys to life. We'll be back again, not next week, but the following week with another entrepreneur session, power up session. We definitely have Miss Valerie back at some point. We definitely enjoyed that. So you guys have a great, wonderful night, and we'll see you again next time. This is your girl, Dr. T. I love you to life, and I mean it.